Yo guys, how's we doing? Welcome back to Team Assassination. This is Assassin David right here, and there are gonna be a lot of changes upcoming in the next patch. Obviously, it's already available in the event server, and I've tried some, learned some of things, experienced some of things, find some problems that I like. I don't like problems. Some changes I like, some changes I don't like. Namely, number one thing I dislike is the upcoming change on Hayabusa. It's not really a change, it's just straight up nerf. Not really a nerf, just completely made him useless, really. It's not a nerf where the hero is kind of unbalanced, let's make him, a little bit more balanced. No, they just take it away. They completely made the champion useless. Now, obviously, I heard some people said their other YouTuber made a video regarding the patch and said Hayabusa got a buff. Well, you cannot just say that, right? First, you have to play the champion, and then you will know that, and then really passionately will realize that this champion got a huge nerf where it's going to be completely useless. In fact, I can almost guarantee you that in the upcoming patch, Hayabusa is going to be completely eliminated from the roster, where nobody's going to pick him anymore. He's not going to be banned or picked. I talked to the other person in Jakarta regarding this change. The person who's in charge was telling me that, well, Hayabusa now ban rate is so high, it's almost 100%. Like 99.9% ban rate, so high. So we tried to free him from the ban, and I was like, yeah, it makes sense and all, but you cannot. You not only freed him from the ban, this upcoming changes is gonna free him from the pick also. Nobody's gonna pick Hayabusa again because of the change. Now, you may say, why, Dave? Why do you say that? And let's talk about it. So basically, the change is actually really simple. What they did is they said, okay, we're gonna take away Hayabusa's ability to dash back to other shadows when he's crowd controlled. So basically, now if you jump in or if you send a shadow, some enemy team try to gank you. Let's say, namely a Cho or a Saber with a lot of engages, try to gank you, and they come in. You know what happened to you? You would die. Okay. You have second ability or not, if you're not able to dash away before they go in, sorry, see you later, right? See you next life, right? See you in like 20-30 seconds when you come back. So, in a sense where it made Hayabusa completely useless. Because Hayabusa, the champion, the assassin is really squishy. His only mobility is Hayabusa's second ability. That's all. He doesn't have any more mobilities whatsoever. Like, this champion has no, he doesn't have a lot of movement speed. He doesn't have, he cannot fly like Fanny can. He cannot move faster like Natalia can. The only reason why Hayabusa is who he is because of second ability. Now, some people may argue, oh, Hayabusa's ultimate is really strong. Well, are you kidding me? If people come and gank you, let's say 3 or 4 people in a teamfight setting, if they CC you, you know what's gonna happen to you? You're gonna die. All right. Let's say if you ulti before you died, yeah, you're gonna do some tiny, beady, real pathetic amount of damage. You know why? Because if they group up, you do no damage. I talk about like to new Hayabusa player in a team fight setting, you do not just go in and unless you want to clean the wave. Other than that, if you go in and you would do no damage, and everybody know that, and that's why people say Hayabusa is bad because they don't know how to use Hayabusa in a team fight setting. That doesn't mean Hayabusa is bad. Okay, this means they don't know how to use Hayabusa in a team fight. But now, with the upcoming change, Hayabusa is actually going to be awful because they took away Hayabusa's ability to dash back. So imagine you go in and then, let's say you just use ult. First, if they group up, you're gonna do no damage. Let's say if you just go in with your second ability, try to just harass. You know what happened if you just do that? They will CC you and you would die because you can no longer go back. It means you can no longer harass. And so if you, then what's the point of Hayabusa in a team fight? Nothing. He can't split push like other champion can. Natalia split push a lot better than Hayabusa. Fanny split push a lot better than Hayabusa. And his damage is very minimum in a team fight setting where if he cannot, dash back and dash in, just use first ability and auto attack, right? Because if you get caught and not able to dash back, he's done for, right? And then that's why before when Hayabusa has a bug where he's not able to dash back, it was so annoying because Hayabusa without the ability to dash back, it's just not Hayabusa anymore. It's not Hayabusa anymore, So this upcoming patch where they end up taking Hayabusa's ability to dash back when quad controlled, it's just completely taking this champion away from the meta. And let's talk about the meta a little bit, right? And obviously, let's talk about Assassin in general, including Hayabusa. The assassin right now, like, what are some Hayabusa that can? What are some Hayabusa? What are some assassin that can be played in a high elo game? In a low elo game, obviously you play anything, you can win. Obviously, if you know what you're doing, you know. I can play Hilda and carry the game. I can play Monkey and carry the game. I can play any champion and carry the game. But high elo, competitive scene, that's a different story. Now, let's talk about assassin. Which assassins are useful? Saber, right? It's really good. Fanny, right now it's really good still. And if you know how to play Fanny, you can be like the god, right? Now, and Hayabusa is really good. But with Hayabusa change, Hayabusa can be taken away. You will say, Dave, Karina is really good still, Natalia really good still. Really? Have you seen them getting picked? What's the pick rate of them in a competitive setting? Just watch MSC, right? How often do you see Natalia get picked? And if Natalia get picked, how often do they win? 100% loss. Natalia get picked in MSC, I think, multiple times, and they lost every single game that involves Natalia. Okay, now why is that, right? Why is that? I always, when I talk about changes, buff and nerf and buffs and hero balance to developers, I tell them you can nerf and change. Obviously, the champion is in the meta because certain things, because of special character, special trait that he has. So you can make changes, buff and nerfs based on, like, you may think the champion is too OP, so we're gonna buff and nerf this champion. But don't take away who he is, because if you take away who he is, you basically create a new champion that might or might not be useful. Okay, and in this scenario, they took a Hayabusa away in a sense where Hayabusa is completely useless. Second ability got nerfed. Now, in the case of Natalia and Karina, Natalia was useful because her silence, and it's not because of Natalia's second ability where it can dodge skill abilities. That was fine and all, but it was really because Natalia has a silence, which nobody else does in this entire game. Nobody has the ability to silence besides Natalia. It was super strong. Now, at the same time, you have to trigger that when you have your passive ready and you have to get close to people and auto attack. If you don't do that, you're useless, right? If people can auto attack you or get you out of your passive, Natalia's useless. We all know that. We all know that. And then they nerfed Natalia's movement speed with the passive. Now, what does that mean? Meaning that champions can really easily proc Natalia's passive without Natalia being effective enough or in time to actually counter that. So that's why Natalia's not getting picked anymore. Not because of lack of damage. Natalia's still like, and they were like, oh, I talked to the developer why nerf Natalia to begin with. They said, oh, Natalia can walk around the map too fast, run around the map too fast. I'm like, what about Fanny then, right? One side, why you wonder why Fanny's never banned, right? Always picked, even though after all this nerf. That's my point. Because Fanny's why Fanny is Fanny. The reason why Fanny is Fanny is because of the second ability where she can fly around. That has never been changed. Doesn't matter how they nerf it. They nerf the energy where how often she can use it. Sure, but Fanny is still able to fly around. She's still Fanny. She can still fly around the map. Obviously, this upcoming map is going to be create a lot of changes for Fanny, where Fanny can no longer be fly around the map anymore because the turtle position and lore position changes. Put a big block in the middle of the road, of the river. So, still Fanny is still Fanny. Fanny is still able to get in, get out, team fight really, really easily. Split push really, really effectively. Fanny is still Fanny. But Natalia and Karina's ultimate got nerfed where her, it was not a damage. I'm not talking about damage. To Karina's ultimate, cast range got a huge nerf. Now, Karina is not a Saber. You see, when they nerfed cast range on Saber's ult, Saber is still effective because Saber has a single target quad control. That nerf on the distance just meaning like you have to get close, but she still have a crowd control. Karina does not. Okay, it's really situational now for Karina to be effective. Now, I'm not saying Karina is bad. I'm just saying Karina is not useful. If enemy team know anything about Karina, they have one person peel. If Karina show up, let's say they have a Cho or a Ruby or something peel. If Karina shows up, like they just CC you and you're dead, right? There's nothing you can do about it. Nothing, right? So that's why Karina is not picked anymore. Natalia, we just talked about it. So now with the changes on Hayabusa, Assassins is completely eliminated. There's only Saber and Fanny left. Now, new upcoming patch. They changed the buff where the buff now are actually, there are 6 buffs, right? Red buff and blue buff no longer have any difference. There's just 2 monsters that look different because they're different locations, but they give you the same buff for the same champion. And if you're the same class, if you're a fighter, if you're a support, if you're an assassin, if you're a mage, if you're ADC, they give you the exact same buff. Doesn't matter, Now, talking about assassin buff, I was testing in advanced server. Do you know what happened? Assassin's buff now gave you only 10% cooldown reduction, no more mana regen, none of that, not regen, but no more mana, skill mana reduction, only 10% cooldown reduction, and they added something called magic and physical penetration. Are you kidding me? The only champion that might be possible to use that is Natalia, who is not really relying on cooldown reduction. Anything else, Saber, Karina, even Karina, Hayabusa, oh my god. Alright, they're already bad as not bad, they're already like okay, but now they nerfed the buff that made them viable, just make them completely useless in a sense. Whereas think about it. Right now, Bloodhouse X only give you 10% cooldown reduction. Hunter Strike only give you 10% cooldown reduction. You get Magic Shoes that give you 10% cooldown reduction. And you get Blue Ball that give you 10% cooldown reduction. You have to get all of those in order to get 40% cooldown reduction. Can you imagine that? The impact of that in the game. So, guys, I'm not sure how I like about this upcoming patch, especially about Hayabusa nerf. Let me know in the comment section what do you guys think about the changes. Do you agree with me? Or have you experienced something different? Or do you expect something different, right? Obviously, in the upcoming videos, we're going to talk more about the meta. I have so many more things that I've experienced that I think is going to be hugely changed in the upcoming patch. So, I look forward to it in a way. I also mostly don't look forward to some of the changes that just make no sense. So, with that, guys, hit like and subscribe to join Team Assassination. This is Assassin Dave signing off. Love you guys and see you guys next time.